Today in The Sims 4, we're going to be building a mansion where each floor is a different element. We'll be using The Sims 4 to capture the aesthetics of air, water, earth, and fire. We recently did a huge build on my channel where each floor was a different time of day, and I think that was one of my favorite builds of all time, so I have high hopes for this one. But first, a word from our sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Disney Dreamlight Valley, and they have an exciting new update that I'm going to show you. One of the biggest new features included in the new Thrills and Frills update is the addition of new attractions. With these, you can build your own Disney parks or right in your own valley. Let me show you these attractions. So we have the alien swirling saucers and the magic carpets of Aladdin, which can be unlocked under the A Day at Disney Star Path. But we also have the Inside Out Emotional Whirlwind and the Slinky Dog Zigzag Spin attractions that can be bought from the Premium store, and you can actually interact with them, which is so much fun. This update is also bringing a new camera feature so you can take photos inside the attraction, even in first-person perspective if you want. Seeing my avatar on these attractions makes me feel like a kid again. It's so cute. And there's a free in-game event happening right now called the Dreamlight Parks Fest, and you can collect a bunch of fun items with this event like Disney Park cupcakes, festive buttons, and more. This event is running from May 15th all the way till June 5th, 2024. So check out Disney Dreamlight Valley and their brand new update. You can download the game now using the link down in my description. Thank you to Disney Dreamlight Valley for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into it. So we're building on a big lot here today. This is the 64 by 64 lot in Windenburg, and I'm thinking for the exterior, we're going to have it inspired by air. So the aesthetic will be very open, flowy, dreamy looking, and we'll use colors like white, gray, and blue. And I'm thinking I want this build to be elevated, so I'm gonna be using the terrain tools today, specifically this one flattened to height because we have the slider here. And we're gonna try and make this tiered like a cake. So I'm going in with my first layer, then we'll bring that slider up a tiny bit more and we'll do the second layer, but like a little bit smaller than the other one. Maybe if it was in the center, it would help. So there we go. And then I'll do one more. So just bringing that slider up a tiny bit more, and then we'll do a smaller one right on top. Okay, wait, let me fix this. Let's try and use the flatten terrain tool. I'm gonna shrink the size of my brush and I'm just gonna fix it up a little. So we're gonna make that second tier that I completely demolished look a little more visible. This tool is helpful for cleaning things up because wherever you click, it'll pretty much just match that height. So you don't have to guess like where the height is going to actually be. And then I want a way for my Sims to get up there. So we're gonna use the smooth terrain tool and we'll just make a little walkway here. This tool will just soften any edges that I've already made. So I'm just kind of like clicking slowly, going around, just making a pathway for Sims to go up. Later, we can go in and like mark it with terrain, like this is where the walkway would be. But for now, this is going to be our terrain. Okay, now for our actual shell, we're gonna make this very big. It's meant to be a mansion. So I'm just starting off with a rectangle and we're gonna build off of that. So I can do a bump out right here at the front, making sure I have like the equal amount of tiles on both sides. And I think I might aim for like a romantic feel with this build because The Sims 4 recently released a roadmap for the expansion packs and kits and stuff that they're planning on releasing within the next few months or so. And a lot of it seemed very love related. What did the one say? It was like, oh yeah, they described the expansion pack as flirtatious. What does that mean? A lot of people were speculating that it could be a Sims 1 hot date sort of expansion pack, which I would love. Other people are speculating they could be adding an attraction system and online dating, which would also be amazing. We'll see though, my theories are always wrong. And if you're watching this in the future, hi, you know something that we don't right now. And all I can say is I hope this one did not end up like my wedding stories. All right, my shell is coming along. I've added flooring pieces for balconies and extra roofing. But as a final thing, I want to go in with a round room. So I'm just taking one of the pre-made ones and I'm going to add that onto the front. We'll flip it and add one right here as well. And then we can make a big rounded balcony right there. And I think it'll turn out nice. Let's start to go in with our roofing and our fencing. So for the fences and balconies, I'm going to be using this one from Discover University. I think I'll have balconies on these sides here. I'm also adding one at the front. This top part is also going to be fenced off, and also these little side balconies here. And then for my roofing, I'm going to take a hipped roof piece. I'm placing that on those sides there, and we're just going to bring it across. I think think I'm gonna pull out the adjusters so we have that overhang. And then I'm gonna use a half hipped roof piece, and we're just gonna extend that along this front part here. Maybe I'll extend that over my balconies actually, and then we'll just pull it in and lower it down to hide it. Up top, I'm adding one more hipped roof piece. I'm bringing out the adjusters and I'm gonna lower this one down quite a bit. Then I'm gonna copy and paste that same roofing on top, but we're gonna bring back in the adjusters and I'm gonna raise it up a little. So we're gonna end up with that flared out look with the double roofing. And then for my roof trim, I'm adding this one here from For Rent, and we're also gonna add thick trims around the whole thing. So this one from Base Game, and then we'll combine that with the thinner version also from Base Game. I feel like adding the trim sometimes will just bring the whole vision to life. Like, this is looking so much prettier than it was like 2 seconds ago, and all I did was add trim. For columns, I'm gonna use a combination of Romantic Garden and also these ones here from Get Together. And then Base Game also has this blue roofing detail, which we're gonna put on top. I'm gonna size it up, maybe just once, and we'll put it right on top of the center roof point. Okay, so we have our columns, we have our roofing. This is what the back is looking like right now, by the way. I always forget to show you guys the back. Sometimes I forget it's even there. It's like in real life, like what I look like from the back is just none of my business. But now we're going to open this up. Like I said, I want it to be very flowy, lots of air movement through the whole house. So I'm gonna be using these Base Game archways, and we will be using a lot of these. I'm opening up all of these floors all along these balconies, and I'm also going to be adding them up top as well, so tons of air movement throughout the entire house. And I'm thinking the idea, like the story behind this house, will be this is like the house of air, but it'll be designed to host all of the other elemental houses as well. For my windows, I'm using Get Famous because they have the dark blue that I'm looking for. I'm adding glass doors on the balconies from City Living, and for the rounded part down here, I want to open that up as well. So we have to find doors that support the curved walls, which unfortunately is still not that great of a system in The Sims 4, but we're gonna use this one here from High School Years. Okay, so windows and doors are added. I've also added stairs, and right now I'm going in with these My Wedding Stories archways, and I'm just adding them on top of the archways that I already have for like an added detail. So just rotating them so they fit right into the arch. Maybe we can also add one up top here. And I've also made these massive terrain mountains in the background. And on there, we're gonna be adding these massive fairy gargoyles. When you're zoomed out, I want these to be like overlooking the mansion with the wings representing the air. It's just gonna look cool, like circling around it. Listen, I know it's extra, okay? But that's what we do here. But then when we go in and add our details, we could use the winged gargoyle here. Also from Vampires, I'm just gonna stick it between these archways. We can add more of our little fairy things. So those look really cool at the front there. And then going off the same idea, I have these archways in the back, and I think it would look really nice if we added a couple of them in these archways. I also added lights in here, so from the outside, they're gonna be all lit up. Oh, and by the way, the wallpaper I'm using is also from High School Years. All right, final details before I go in and do the landscaping. I'm adding these roof pieces here. These are from Discovery University. We're adding these Base Game chimneys, also in that blue color. And then to hide the terrain mountains that I made, I'm sizing up this tree from Cats and Dogs, specifically because it has this white color. So like covering it as much as the mountain as I can. And the idea here is I feel like they could resemble clouds. So I'm gonna put a bunch of them like surrounding the entire mansion. And then for this part, I'm just gonna use these big Base Game trees to surround the other mountain I made. So this is how our House of Air turned out. I'm in love with this. I love the big fairies in the background just circling the whole house and our cloud trees going around here. I also obviously added a ton more landscaping. So on one layer of the terrain, I added some rocks, strictly just using the white flowers. I added more of our statues and some seating also from Vampires. On the side down here on one of the balconies, I actually added a pool and these cute little fountains from Jungle Adventure, and nothing too crazy in the back. We just have our statues. I'm leaving the balconies blank for now up here just so I can fill them in later, but I did add these cute bird feeders up top on our wind balcony. So let me show you how our floors are going to work for this build. The bottom floor is going to be water, only because I want to add pools in here and that'll be the easiest floor to do it. Our second floor will be earth, the third floor will be fire, and the fourth floor, the smallest one, will be air, just to pull it all together. It's there their house, so they need a room. Okay, so let's start down here with water. So they have their own set of stairs leading to their door here. So I want to make a grand entrance for them with pools lining the front walkway. So we'll have two pools like right here, completely symmetrical. Maybe they'll go to about here so we don't have to delete that archway. Then we can have a room over here, maybe a bedroom. We'll do another room over to the left. And then actually we could do kitchen and bathroom in the back here like that. So our water floor will be very elegant and ethereal. Maybe one of the fanciest ones of them all. And we'll use mostly blue tones with hints of white and gray. In the main room, I'm going to be using the white marble flooring from Get Famous. But in the middle, I'm thinking we line it with blue. I'm using this blue paneled base game wallpaper. And we'll use these big white doors from Eco Lifestyle to both the bedroom and the bathroom. We'll do Glass City living doors to the kitchen. And I'm putting these fancy Get Famous columns everywhere. I want to elevate my entryway even more here, so I'm gonna use this spa day like slab. I'm gonna size it up and put two of them right near the front, and then I'm gonna use this base game fountain and I'm just gonna raise it up so it'll be resting on top of there. This is reminding me of the Zodiac sorority house that I built, where obviously the Zodiac signs revolve around the elements, and I feel like I am just so clearly a water sign. I am adding water features to literally every single build lately. But we've got our fountains added. I'm gonna add these big vampires chandeliers. We'll do one on each side. We'll use an archway. I'm thinking this room over here will be a dining room, so it'll be nice and close to the kitchen. We're gonna have it opened up. And then in the middle here, this is where I was thinking about adding a seating area. I'm adding another fountain, and surrounding it, I'm adding these blue couches from Cottage Living with a white base game love seat right at the end. I'm also adding some stone tables here from Outdoor Retreat. And then for lighting, these lamps here from City Living actually float on the water. So I think it would be really cute if we added a couple of those in here. And then for the rest of the decor in this room, I think I'm gonna add some island living stuff. Like we have these vases and these ones. And there's also like this fish decor too. All right, so far this is our water living room. We have the fountains going in the middle here. This spot looks so pretty, and it's so cool how you can see the water in the background too. And all the fountains going, it's just so magical. I love it. Next, I want to work on the kitchen back here, and I'm gonna put another fountain right in there. I'm gonna use these stone counters from Perfect Patio, and we're gonna line them right in front of the fountain. Listen, in the real world, I know if you dropped something off of that counter, you would never see it again. But that won't happen in The Sims, so I literally don't care. I'm adding these fountains here, and I'm also gonna use these white cabinets. These ones are from Parenthood. On this wall, I'm using the shell wall decals from Get Famous. We'll do a double sink right here, and we'll do an oven right here. And I guess the good news of all this is if your plate catches on fire, you can just toss it in the water behind you. We'll do a small trash can along this wall. And for clutter in here, maybe we could add like a fish bowl and then just other basic kitchen clutter. And then this is what our kitchen's gonna look like in live mode. Then for the dining room, I was thinking about using this glass table from Get Famous. We need some blue chairs. And then Horse Ranch has this rug swatch that looks like water to me, so I'm gonna use that. We'll bring in another chandelier in here. I've been changing the lighting to like this cool blue toned white. I've added these flowy desert luxe curtains. And out on this balcony, I've also just added some of these lounge chairs. These are from Eco Lifestyle. And for my centerpiece, I wish we had like a cute little fountain for it, like just a small one. Ooh, these vases could be cool. We have one from Dine Out, one from Oasis Courtyard. I've also been using these shard lights. These are from City Living, and they look like icicles to me, so it makes sense. Frozen water. And would it be weird if I added a window in here? So like instead of adding art, the fountains in the background can be like the art. Oh wait, this random like pedestal thing is from base game, and it works as a table. It's hidden under the miscellaneous category. I had no idea that was functional like that. Okay, so we're just gonna add these lamps. My centerpiece will be the base game boat, and there we have our water dining room. This is so pretty. I'm obsessed with how this is turning out so far. We have a couple more rooms to go. I'm doing a bedroom over here next, and I'm doing the same window feature thing so you can see the fountains from here. And also this is going to be the only way to get to the pool, so whoever's staying in the water house also gets access to the pool here, and like all of the other ones, but that one is private. All right, so for our bed, I think I'm gonna go for a little bit of a darker blue here with this Get Famous one. I'm bringing back these pedestals. I'm gonna be using these from now on. I had no idea. They're clearly older base game items by the way that they're textured, but aside aside from that, I'm using a blue dresser over here from Vintage Glamour, the fancy Get Famous mirror, and I'm using these vases here. I don't know why I feel like they just look good in this water house. I could also add these gray chairs here. Maybe if we wanted a seating area. These are from Discovery University. And I think over in this corner, I'm gonna add a champagne bucket. I don't know why, I feel like it just fits here. So this is how our bedroom turned out for the water house. It feels simple yet still elegant, like what we were going for. You can see the water going literally behind the bed. You come out here and there are more fountains going. I just added some art on the wall, avoiding like the water ones that we have in the game because I feel like sometimes they look weird. But this is how our water bedroom turned out. All we have to do next is the bathroom. We definitely need a bathtub, and behind it, let's add the waterfalls from City Living. And then we can do the Get Famous toilet and sink, the Crystal Creations mirror on top. I guess this water picture isn't that bad. And I'll just add some towels under here as well. All right, so this is our bathroom in here. It's gonna be hard to top this one for me. I feel like it turned out so pretty, but let's move on from our water house because next we're doing earth. So for our earth floor, this is actually gonna be perfect because right at the front here, this is all completely open. So we could add plants in there, like a little greenhouse. And our earth floor is going to be cozy and warm looking with inspiration from nature, and we'll obviously be using earthy tones like browns and greens. I think for my flooring in here, I want to use this from For Rent, and we could also use some For Rent wood paneling. We'll add some planters right in the middle here, facing opposite ways, just to make sure that Sims can get to them. And then obviously we're doing plants galore on this one, so that means the vine curtains from Blooming Rooms. I think it's gonna be cool too because since it is such an open house, we'll be able to see the impact of each element from the outside too. I also wanted to add some of the stuff from the greenhouse kit out here, like some of the extra pots and just general gardening clutter. And hanging plants are a given. They're gonna be all over this floor. I've also just been bringing these curtains along also because you can see them from the outside. So I'll be adding those along all of these archways here as well. So there's our indoor gardening room. And this will also be cool because you'll be able to see it from the interior too, just like our fountains. So for the inside, I really like this wood from Cats and Dogs. And even though we're going for earthy, we're gonna use a lot of wood, I still want it to look fancy. So I'm thinking we use this wallpaper from Vampires, and then we could do a bedroom in the back, a bathroom right here, and then our kitchen will be here. So kind of similar to the water layout, but we have to keep in mind we need stairs in this one. So I think I might use these ones here from Horse Ranch, and we'll just kind of like put them over in this corner. Then we'll have a way up here to the firehouse, and we'll just kind of section that off and we'll be good to go. So I'm using these wooden doors from Cottage Living, but we also can't forget about stone. So I think these archways leading into the kitchen could be cool. And I was also thinking about dividing this room here with a stone wall in the middle. So I'm doing that one from Seasons. We could do the matching columns on both sides, and maybe big bookshelves on these could look cool. I'm gonna add them actually on both sides of the wall. Then right down the middle here, closest to the kitchen, we can do the dining table. And there are cute green swatches in base game. This is a base game table and chairs. We'll use these green candles with the leaf decor as our centerpiece. And for the lighting, I was thinking about using the chandeliers from Horse Ranch, although they might be a little big, so maybe we just use the smaller ones. We'll add more hanging plants. And then for our living room over here, Werewolves has this really pretty green rug. So I sized that up. We're gonna add our couches. I'm gonna use this green from Discovery University. Oh, there's a cute little matching green base game coffee table. There are matching end tables too. Okay, I'm gonna use these. And then for my kitchen, I think I'm using dark brown Cottage Living counters, but we'll use the green Cottage Living appliances. The decor for this one is so much easier. Like as Simmers, I'm pretty sure we all love plants and the Sims team knows that. So there are just endless options for nature decor. Over in this corner near the stairs, I have room for a desk, and we honestly have everything we need for the main room. I'm just gonna fill the rest in with plants. All right, so here is our earth home. I think we nailed the balance between like the luxurious and the nature elements. We've got the warm and cozy vibe going on in here. I feel like if we were to host everyone, maybe the earth place is where they would hang out. This is our dining area, and the windows on this build in this lot, they just have such nice views. You can see the mountains way in the back there. Ooh, okay, in this lighting you can see them a little better, and that is like art in itself. We don't even need to put anything on the wall. All right, so all of that is complete. We still have a bathroom to do, and in here I'm thinking about doing some stone flooring, maybe something like that. that with the cottage living wallpaper. This one is a little on the smaller side, so I'm thinking we use a shower here from Seasons. We may have to use just a smaller window up top, and this way we can add the toilet. I think that combination there will look a little better. And then we can just use the Book Nook kit rug as my shower mat, and we'll just add some random art in here. Okay, so there's our bathroom, and then for the bedroom, I've just shoved random things in here. What about this brown wallpaper from Vampires? And I was thinking about sizing these up and putting them on either side of the bed. And for the bed, I think this one from Realm of Magic could be really pretty. And then we put the hanging curtains like over top with some lights underneath. We'll do matching Realm of Magic tables beside. I used a rug underneath. We'll just do a small base game dresser in the corner and the Realm of Magic stand-up mirror. As a last minute change, I'm gonna change the wallpaper to this here from Horse Ranch. I feel like this looks better being a little darker. This is how the Earth bedroom turned out. We've got our dresser over there, a mirror, and with that, we're ready to move on from this one to the fire floor. So I want our fire floor to be intimidating yet inviting at the same time, and we'll use colors like black, orange, and red. We're also just gonna have to add a ladder up to the wind floor because I don't want to take away any more space. So my first thought here was to go for a gothic look, but after finding the flooring that I found, like this is a base game stone, but this swatch was giving like volcano to me. I don't know. And then bringing in the red and like the dark brown, it's giving like a burnt autumn sort of look. And I feel like we should go for that instead. Not in terms of like the nature element, obviously, but more so just the color scheme. So I'm starting off by adding a ton of candles all around. These ones are from My Wedding Stories, but I've also added this chandelier from Jungle Adventure and these big fire lamps from Get Famous. I want to add a big fireplace here. This one is from Cottage Living, and I did say I wanted this to be intimidating yet welcoming at the same time. So I'm hoping with like this cozy fireplace here, I can make a big grand seating area, and there's a very specific shade of red that I'm looking for. I really want to use this one, but I feel like it might be a little too planty looking for this. Ooh, this could be beautiful. That's from the Oasis Courtyard kit, and then we could use the matching chair. Also maybe some of these really pretty matching end tables. And in the middle, we could do this growing together coffee table. And then obviously all of our centerpieces are going to be candles or lanterns of some kind. Wait, we have the dragon lanterns. How can I add these in? Okay, wait. This is one of those items that I love to use, but I don't use that often. But they are so gorgeous. They're from My Wedding Stories. I wish we had like a full furniture set that was dragon themed. I'm adding a big bookshelf in the background there, and I'm just assuming that this place is fireproof. And I did still want to have a dining table right over here. I don't think I'll be able to fit a big one, but maybe the fire sim is just a bit more secluded than the other ones. So their dining table is a little bit smaller. I'm adding another fireplace over in this corner here. And then in the back here, these are getting smaller as we go up. So this is gonna have to be a smaller kitchen, but we'll still have everything we need in here. We'll have our fridge, maybe those Vampires counters. We'll do a sink in that corner there and our oven right here. I guess our trash can go out here on the balcony. On these side balconies here, I'm just gonna add the fire lamps. So from the outside, they can really let them know whose floor it is. And I think outside we should definitely add a fire pit as well. So maybe we do the fire pit in the middle, the fire lamps right there, and I'm just bringing out some more of our seating from inside. The House of Fire, it did end up looking a little more gothic than I wanted, but I love the colors in here and the furniture. Next, we're gonna do the bedroom, and I still think I want to bring these lamps in here. For the bed, I was thinking about this one from Vampires. There's also this one from Realm of Magic. I think it has to be that one. I'm gonna do a red high school years rug underneath. I have room for a dresser in this corner, which this base game red is really nice. Maybe we could add this picture in here from City Living, and we'll get a mirror over here on this wall. I feel like I need something above my bed still, so I'm just using these base game shelves. And on top of there, I'm just gonna raise up even more candles. All right, so this is how our bedroom turned out. I love the colors in here. I feel like it's very bold. I ended up replacing our picture over to the left with this one from the Crystal Creations kit. And then for our bathroom, I just went with this red and black paneling from base game. I used this red and gold set from City Living for both the bathtub and the sink, which I don't normally use, but I feel like it worked in here. And with that, we're finally ready to go up to the wind floor. I've already laid this out. We're going to have our main room here, a bedroom, and a bathroom. And I really like how the Realm of Magic beds have been looking. So I'm thinking we use this one here. And I want our air floor to just match the exterior. So just super flowy looking, dreamy, mostly whites and grays with maybe a little bit of blue. I really love that blue toned lighting that we use downstairs. So I think I'm gonna bring that back at least for the bedroom up here. I also really like that this is their house, but most of the space has gone to accommodating their guests. And I almost feel like they would potentially have another residence. Like maybe this is just for when they all get together. Maybe they're friends, they all just like to hang out. And then each of them has their own massive residence as well. And that could be a whole other thing. So this is how our air floor turned out. I went with a pretty white color palette in here. I wanted to keep the luxurious feel throughout the house. And I used a lot of these wind chimes on the ceilings and on the walls. Those are from the backyard stuff pack, and I feel like with the openness of this build, it really made sense. We have our bathroom in here and our seating area outside where they can host even more of their guests. So that has been us building a house in The Sims 4 where every floor is a different element. I hope you guys like this video. This build turned out so pretty. Let me know which floor was your favorite. And also, if you're wondering, this is what it looks like in different times of day. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.